Hello everyone. When people compare data tools, one question comes up repeatedly. What's the difference between Data Loader and any other tool? Before we dive into an answer for Data Loader versus conemis Transition Cloud, it's important to clarify one thing. CTC is not just an ETL tool. It's a one-stop data migration platform that supports the entire data journey, from understanding your data structure through readiness assessment, over metadata matching to managing your migration projects with Performance Cockpit, a centralized dashboard for data journey oversight. That said, in this video, we'll focus specifically on CTC's ETL capabilities and compare them directly with Data Loader. We'll walk through the differences from three key perspectives: extract, transform, and load. But first, let's briefly introduce each tool. Data Loader is a free data tool provided by Salesforce. It's a client application installed on your computer that allows you to export data from a Salesforce organization and import into a Salesforce org. It's super simple and easy to use. Let's start with the E in ETL, extract. The biggest strength of Data Loader in this phase is its simple and intuitive UI. Even without detailed instructions, users can understand which buttons to click. It's beginner-friendly and easy to navigate. That's a significant advantage. However, there are limitations. You can export only one object at a time, with a maximum limit of 5 million records per operation. This limitation is important to keep in mind. So how about CTC? In just a few clicks, you can export multiple objects at once, and there is no record limit. If you're facing a scenario where Data Loader would require an overwhelming number of repeated exports, CTC becomes extremely convenient. It can export data in the same way from any source with a pre-built connector, not just Salesforce. Next is the transform phase, and this is where the biggest difference lies. In fact, Data Loader does not have a built-in transform function. So in many cases, users rely on other tools such as Excel. For data transformation, Excel's bulk replace feature is commonly used. But one major challenge arises with relationship field. In Salesforce, records are connected through record IDs. However, record IDs differ between organizations and cannot be manually specified by users. This means that during the transform phase, all record IDs must be rewritten. Technically, this can be handled in Excel using formulas. But when dealing with large datasets or complex logic, the risk of human error increases dramatically. There are advantages, of course. No additional cost is required if you already have an Excel license and you can work in a familiar environment. For small-scale migrations, this approach can be practical. CTC addresses this issue through mapping. It supports formula-based transformations and resolves relationship migration issues in just a few clicks. There's no risk of Excel crashing under heavy processing, no issues with leading zeros being removed, and no character encoding problems. Even record ID transformations that once required complex formulas can now be completed in just 1, 2, 3, and 4 simple steps from a mapping interface. In addition, CTC can flexibly handle one-to-many and many-to-one object mappings. This flexibility becomes increasingly valuable as project scale grows. The difference in the transform phase becomes more pronounced in larger migration projects. Finally, let's look at the load phase. With Data Loader, from the start screen you can choose Insert, Update, Delete, and Hard Delete. Then you select the object, perform field mapping, and upload the file. The process is very straightforward. However, once again, there is a 5 million record limit. CTC makes it even faster. You simply click the Load button next to the exported file, select the load mode, press Start, and that's it. Since mapping has already been completed during the transform phase, there's no need to configure it again before loading. Furthermore, even if the dataset exceeds 5 million records, or even if multiple objects are involved, you can complete the load in a single batch process. CTC also includes built-in error handling capabilities. If there are any failed records, you can open the log statistics to check how many records succeeded and how many failed. The error reasons, along with the corresponding objects and fields, are also provided, allowing you to correct the mapping and retry immediately. When retrying, only the failed records will be loaded. Everything is in the cloud. Large files, including attachments, can be processed without upload delays. Teams can collaborate easily with all data in one place. Flows move seamlessly from any source to Salesforce without local downloads. Customer data on laptops can be avoided with CTC if required. So, how should you choose between them? If you are handling small-scale data migration with single or just a few objects, then Data Loader is a great fit. On the other hand, if you are dealing with large-scale data migration across multiple objects with complex relationships, then CTC becomes a strong and practical choice, offering consistent automation and governance. Ultimately, the right tool depends on your project's scale and complexity. Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful, subscribe to our channel for more helpful information on giving data wings. For more details on our Data Journey platform, visit our website or contact us through the links in the video description.